Yo, what's good, everybody? Welcome back to L Dubs Boxing. Back again with another one, right? So we got this weekend recap. You know what I'm saying? We had some good fights from Friday and Saturday. We're going to cover all that. We also have some news and notes, some fight announcements. Just whatever, bro. It was a big week of boxing, news-wise, and stuff to talk about. So yeah, we're going to touch on everything. Before I get into it, I want to salute everybody coming through the building. Make sure you guys hit the like button, subscribe. You can follow me on my social media, scrolling across the bottom, Twitter, Instagram, and you can tap into the website, ldubsboxing.com. Much appreciated. So we're going to get into it. Yes, sir. So we're going to start with Friday night. So this card right here was on ESPN Plus. Under the radar fight. It was a world title fight for the vacant IBF title at 112 pounds. Now this title was left vacant by Bam Rodriguez, who was unified champion when he defeated Sonny Edwards for the IBF, and he had the WBO. So he moved up to 115 and left two titles vacant. So the other one got fulfilled by Anthony Ascalagua. So he got the belt a couple weeks ago. And we got some news on him as well later on in the show. But this one, it was for the vacant IBF. You know what I'm saying? We had Angel Ayala versus Dave Apalario. So, coming to the fight, man, it's a decent matchup because the styles always mesh. You got Mexican versus Filipino. They got a little rivalry as well. Apalario, so he's a southpaw from the Philippines in that style. He was doing well in the fight. He was being a counter puncher, kind of slowing down Ayala's work rate. He normally got a high work rate, but he slowed it down by counter punching him. I thought he was doing well. The turning point of the fight was Ayala landed a low blow, and it kind of like took the wind out of my man. It was a low blow. He took some time, but he got back in there. And after that, Ayala landed a nice left hook to the body. It was a delayed reaction. That's what dropped him the first time. And then later on that round, he stopped him. He hit him again to the body. He stopped him. So, we got a new IBF champion at 112 pounds. This Ayala kid is tough. He reminds me of Ray Vargas. Once he started to get his offense going, he's just not as tall. So he in business. You know what I'm saying? Can get some big fights in around that division. You got Kenshiro coming up to the division. He was a former unified champion at 108 pounds. He about to fight for the vacant WBC in I think it's October. Then you got the former WBO champion Jonathan Gonzalez is coming up to face the WBO champion Oscar Waga. So we these divisions not really that hard to make unification because it's not like crazy money down there, and these guys not gonna outprice themselves. So we'll see. This is a good fight though. If you haven't watched it, feel free to tap in on ESPN Plus. You go back and watch it. Argy Cortez was on the card, so for like the hardcore fans, no Argy Cortez, who was a tough contender at 115. He gave Estrada a good fight. He had a good victory. He had to get up from a knockdown to get a stop his victory through the cuts. So, yeah, some good action on Friday. All right, so to the top ranked card. So it wasn't like a big, crazy fight week, but we had some real good fights and storylines. So, top ranked, they always come with their, prospects and their undercard fights. So a key person, a couple of key guys on this undercard I want to touch on. Arnold Kaga, he just signed with Top Rank. He's like top 3 and a couple of sanction bodies at featherweight. And we all know Top Rank is really going crazy with the featherweights. They got a lot of top featherweights that they rocking with, champions and contenders. So Arnold Kaga, throw his name in the hat. Maybe he can get a title shot, something like that. I mean, he only got one loss. That was Stephen Fortson back at 122. So, he's a good fighter, pressure fighter. He got to stop his victory in this fight right here. You know what I'm saying? So, salute to him. Young guys like Steven Navarro look good. I think he had a first-round knockout. Alan Garcia, Kid Kansas, I like him. Lightweight prospect. You know what I'm saying? Still learning, developing. He's a good fighter too. Albert Gonzalez out of the RGBA camp. Robert Garcia. They had pizza out there though, because Big Robert was in Vegas for Virgil. But yeah, this Gonzalez kid is nice. That dude got some skills, yo. I like him. He put his punches together. Good combination puncher. He good. Vito Mielnicki making his top ranked debut officially. His pro debut was with them. He had a highlight reel first round knockout. Then he went to PBC. So he's one of those rare guys that the PBC can say was keeping active. You can't say Vito wasn't active because it seems like every card he was on them shits. You know what I'm saying? And he got he was 18-1 going into this fight, 17-1. So, and he turned pro in 2019. So this dude has 17 fights in 5 years. Yeah, that's a record for some PBC shit. So you can't say that. So he's still signed with Al Haymon as an advisor. He's just a top ranked fighter. So that's dope to allow the kid to go do other stuff if you don't have nothing for him, but you still got Al in your back pocket. He had a second round knockout. He looked good. Like Vito has been coming along since he hooked up with Ronnie Shields. His last 4 fights, he kind of turned the corner. And he kind of been annoying for some fans because he'd be on every card. They've been pushing him. But actually, he turned to a solid contender. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, salute to Vito. Salute to Vito for sure. JC, what's good with you, bro? Salute. Yeah, I seen that. Man, that shit was, it came out of nowhere, too. I was expecting a body shot, but that was nice. We'll touch on it. Then Matthew Greco, he got a victory. He was the hometown kid. Co-main event, Adolfo Delgado versus Brian Flores. So, this is a good fight because Flores undefeated coming to this fight. He wasn't trying to. He won't gonna lay down to Lindolfo, who is he's with Top Rank. He just re-signed with Top Rank. So it was a close fight. Delgado he scored a knockdown, landing the right hand over the top on top of the head, dropped him. But other than that shit was close. You know what I'm saying? Back and forth action. We seen some defensive flaws by Delgado. My man Flores is tough. You know what I'm saying? He tough. They scored a fight for Delgado, split decision. Auckland LD, what's good with you? They scored it for Delgado, so split decision. And the knockdown was the difference. So, it's a good learning fight because he was fighting a tough-ass dude with Flores. So, we'll see what's next for Delgado because Tyron got like a dilemma at 140 because Teofimo is about to exit the division, looking like, right? So, last night, if you pay attention, they was fighting for a WBO regional title, which is going to get you some rankings, right? Delgado already top 15 in the WBC. So, and they got 4 guys that's trying to cross over from prospect to contender. Delgado, you got the kid from Dominican Republic, Polanco, nice. You know what I'm saying? You got Tiger Johnson, and it's another. Elvis Rodriguez. So you got 4 of those guys that Top Rank has at 140 that they kind of they gotta make a decision on what they want to do with them. You feel me? They might start putting them against each other because nobody really stood out and went crazy. I think Polanco may be the best off the bunch because he's a big, strong kid. They got he'll come forward, got good skills and power. Tiger is up and down. He been having tough opposition, but he be looking so-so. Some fights he look crazy, some fights he look so-so. Elvis Rodriguez just came back to the company. He got dropped in his last fight, but he might be closer to a world title shot than the other ones because he's been around for a minute, and he'll be back in September. So yeah, it's we'll see what's gonna happen though. But Delgado, he definitely, with the top guys at 140, I don't know. He might be like mid of the road type of guy, fringe contender. Yo, main event, Lopez and Leo. So, I thought this fight was going to be a good one coming in. It was a good one. Lopez was fighting nonchalant to me. He was fighting like he had them constantly out scorecards already. The one he had with Shaggy Foster. He was fighting like he already had it in the bag. Just doing the building was good with you. He was fighting like he had the shit in the bag. So I was like, I don't know if he was like taking it seriously or anything like that. But Leo came to fight. He was bullying him around. He was pushing him back. He was fundamentally sound, and that's what wanted him to fight. You know, that left hook was nice. It came out of nowhere. It was that distance. You know, Lopez make a lot of mistakes. You know what I'm saying? When you facing guys that's more technically sound than you, you're going to get clipped with shit like that. It's just, that was his time. You know what I'm saying? He pressed the button the right time. I mean, Leo is a great story. Solid fighter. Been around these Vegas gyms. Former world champion. You know what I'm saying? At 122. Only loss was to Stephen Forson. So, look, Stephen Forson got 2 good wins on this card. You know what I'm saying? So, salute to him. And you know, when you look at hindsight 2020, you got guys like Leo and Kaga. He beat both of them. Took their oath. But yeah, I thought Leo was aggressive. He took it to the champion. You know what I'm saying? He was fighting the spot. He was fighting when Lopez didn't want to fight. Lopez was stopping and looking, and you know, he didn't like them low blows or the body shots. You know what I'm saying? He kind of stopped the action, wasn't protecting himself at all times, and Leo just kept grinding. So salute to him, bro. He's a 2-division world champion, and this was supposed to be a cherry pick fight. You know what I'm saying? When I say that, people be like, yo, how he cherry pick Leo? Leo, former world champion, but you gotta think about this, about being a cherry pick, right? When the last time you guys seen a world champion go to the contender's hometown and the contender is not signed with that same promotion company? If y'all got that answer, put that shit in the chat for me, because I'm always learning myself. You know what I'm saying? Lopez manager wanted to fight Leo for, like, you know, just to give him an opportunity type shit. So they picked him for a reason, you know, because they are noted as road warriors. You know what I'm saying? Lopez went across seas and beat guys with title eliminators and defended his titles and slept dudes in the UK. So he felt more comfortable going to the guy's hometown, and that shit didn't work out. Salute to Leo, bro. He got some big things ahead. We're going to see what's next for him. It may be an IBF mandatory. We got a rematch coming up at the end of the month. The South African kid versus the Japanese fighter, Kameda. They're going to run it back. The South African won the fight before the first fight, so he'll probably have to run that back. I'm not sure if Lopez has a rematch clause. He probably should have, because this is a tough-ass opponent. Or, like I mentioned earlier, Arnold Kaga, he just signed with Top Rank. Maybe he get an opportunity. So yeah, I'm not gonna jump to say he should get unification next. So I kind of look at the landscape and not be, you know, I gotta be realistic about it. But Leo, he a problem. And salute to him. I gotta mention this before I switch gears. Leo was coming off of like 2-year layoff, leaving the PBC and the money team, Mayweather Promotions. He went to Pro Box, had 3 solid fights, looked real good. You know what I'm saying? Looked real good. He got his win together, got in shape, knocked off the ring rust, and now he a world champion. So when guys be out the ring all this time and they complaining and they worry about that spot on the card, bro, go to Pro Box. Go somewhere and stay active. Pro Box ain't trying to sign you for a long-term deal. They give you opportunity. You might not get paid like that, but you get opportunity to stay active and face decent competition, because there ain't no gimmies on Pro Box. And salute to Leo for doing that. And now we see. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that shit was dope. That was dope. Prize fighter, what's good with you, bro? TS Boxing. Lionel Watson was good, all positive in the building. He was shocked at the outcome. Man, good shit. He said ruin your parlay. Should have picked Leo. I know, right? Should have picked Leo, right? Yeah, it's all good. Salute to him. Alright, so the Golden Boy show, Bogachuck versus Ortiz. That was a great fight. We're going to get to it as well. Undercard fights. I don't know if you guys watch the undercard fights, but the one that stood out, all the Golden Boy fighters, prospects won, but the one that stood out to me was the women's WBC interim title fight at 154. You had Cecilia Brækhus versus Marcela Cornejo. Cornejo is a last minute replacement, like a week notice. The original opponent was Emma Kuzin. Emma Kuzin is the WBO and WBC Unified Champion at 154. She was set to face Cecilia Brækhus. Had to pull out because of visa issues. So this fight kind of played out like I thought, because I know these ladies was friends. Cornejo, she fought top competition, but she always come up short, and it's because she don't got no dog. That's what it came down to. It's not the skills, you know what I'm saying? It's just she don't got no dog in her. I thought she was doing good early in the fight. You know what I'm saying? Now, she did get dropped. I think that changed that did change the fight. She got dropped. I don't think she was hurt, but I think it probably surprised her. And then Cecilia Brækhus took over. You know what I'm saying? And she wasn't really doing nothing crazy. You can tell she slowed down from her undisputed days at 154. She's definitely a future Hall of Famer type shit. But it's like, I don't know. It's like she kind of just let her get back in the fight. And then Cecilia Brækhus wasn't really doing nothing too crazy, just jabbing, and then occasionally throwing a right hand down the pipe. You know what I'm saying? I feel like, I don't know, bro. I feel like some of these girls, they get in front of these good fighters and champions, and they just freeze up. And I think that's what happened. So Cecilia Brækhus won the fight, unanimous decision. You know, she looked solid. She put herself in position to maybe reschedule that fight with Emma Kuzin, since she's the interim champion for the WBC. Or, she got options. 154 really not like that no more, because some of the ladies dropped down and moved up. So, she can try to go for undisputed at 154. You got Famke Hermans as the IBF champion. The WBA. So Terry Harper got the WBA, but she about to get stripped of that because she's moving back down to 135 to fight for the WBO title. And then WBC. So Emma Kuzin got the other two belts. So we'll see. Solid fight. She's 42 years old, so I ain't tripping off her. You know what I'm saying? Demetrius Bright, what's good with you, bro? Salute. Alright, so yeah, that was the highlight of the card for the prelims, if you guys missed it. He said, Leo said he co-promoted by Top Rank. Oh, that's what's up. That's what's up. You know what I'm saying? That's what's up, man. Good for him, bro. Good for him. Appreciate that. Good for him. Alright, the main card. So, Joel Arate, this guy, he got like 4 fights in the last 5 months. Just signed with Top Rank. He had a first round knockout, easy money. Gabriela Fundora, yo, she's nice. You know what I'm saying? She beat Daniela Asiejo. Yo, Gabby got some skills, yo. She's smart with her shit, too. I like how she boxes from the outside, keeping her range. And she a dog, too. She coming forward trying to hurt you, and she can box. Like, she, if I'm telling you, if her brother had what she got for her skills, he'll be hard to beat. Because we know he got the dog, too. He like to find the inside, but if he had that awareness and ring IQ type shit, or ring generalship like Gabby has, bro, he might, yeah, he'll be hard to beat. But yeah, Gabby, yo, she put herself in a position to fight for the undisputed, keep her IBF title. Gabrielle Alanis is the unified champion. She got the other 3 belts. She beat Marlon Esparza for the titles. That should be a no-brainer right there. You know what I'm saying? Because she's supposed to fight her mandatory Jackie Calvo. This some women's boxing type shit. She's supposed to fight her mandatory Jackie Calvo. Jackie Calvo now is about to fight another opponent for the WBC interim. So maybe that's open up the gates so we can get the undisputed fight. We also have Kena Enrique. She's the WBC interim champion. She's been WBC interim champion since, for about 5 years, bro. I ain't gonna hold you. That's a long ass time. And Enrique can fight from Mexico. She's solid, so that's a good opponent for Gabby as well. I know she was saying she can make 108 pounds. We got 2 unified champions down there. Bermudez is the unified champion, WBO and IBF. And you got Jessica Plata is the WBC and WBA champion at 108. And then Seniesa Estrada's supposed to move up from 105. She undisputed 105. She's supposed to move up to 108. If Gabby can make 108, that's a fight for her. Yokasa Valley, I mean, her and Seniesa fought a great fight. She another one. She a former unified champion at 108. Maybe Gabby versus Yokasa Valley. So she got opponents. You know what I'm saying? She got opponents. So we'll see how they continue to move her. But yeah, so far so good. Yo, I like her. She good for sure. Yeah, she can scrap. He said she fights it. Yeah, don't let that smile fool you, bro. She a dog in there. Kenneth Sims Jr. made his return over a year layoff. Good to see him back. He's number 1 in the WBA at 140. Man, he's one of those guys that boxing fans root for because we know his story, his background, and he done changed his whole career around. Coming off that, it started when he defeated Elvis Rodriguez, who was a hot prospect, and then from there he just been going crazy. He just need the activity. This is his first fight with Golden Boy. I thought he looked good to me. Now he had a crazy fight week because he had 3 different opponents before he settled on this guy Romero. Romero was like that dude was like a 16-hour replacement. They just found his ass, but that's good. That's a good thing because that let me know Golden Boy is trying to work with Kenneth Sims. You feel me? That's great. Because they could have been like, fuck it, yo, just wait till the next show. But he needs some activity. So he just pushed the pace on the guy, outworked him, dogged him, beat him up, you know what I'm saying, until they stopped the fight in the 5th round. I want to see him step up in competition. I like to see him he called out Barbosa and Ramirez, who's supposed to fight September 28th. I'll take that. I also would like for him to get his world title opportunity. Because he's been mandatory for a minute, you know what I'm saying? Then we all know the situation with Barrasso. Barrasso actually going to Japan to fight Andy Hirako for his WBA interim, you know what I'm saying? So he may lose that. Rayo, he just won the title from Pitbull. They have a rematch clause, but we'll see. I think that can change if Tank come calling, and he might have to go back to 35 or whatever the case may be. But in theory, they should be ordering Kenneth Sims versus Rayo. You know what I'm saying? If the rematch clause is not in place. But you know how this politics of boxing is. But Kenneth Sims, bro, I would say get another fight, bro. Get another fight. Get another fight, yo. Because at 140, it's a lot of people you can fight. That's a deep division for sure. Charles Conwell, another one. That's another one we've been waiting for. He fights at 54. He's number 3 in the WBC. He ran through Kyrie Gray. I love the way Conwell sit down on his shots. He got some thudding power. You know what I'm saying? Great body puncher, good skills, high guard. You know what I'm saying? He'll break you down. If you ain't using lateral movement and you gonna come to him, he gonna break you down. That's just how it's gonna go. Olympian, strong. Now he been kind of lost in the sauce too, but that shit kind of self-inflicted. Because I know a lot of fans will say, "Well, what happened to Conwell?" Conwell turned down Sebastian Fundora. You know what I'm saying? That's how Bocachuck got the fight. And then we all know the play with that Keith Thurman pulled out. He turned that down. He recently turned down Jesus Ramos too. So it ain't like he ain't had opportunities. But it look like he gonna stay the course. He gonna stay with the plan that Golden Boy had. This is his second fight with them. He looked good last night, bro. He looked like he should be in the mix the way he looked last night. So yeah, I'm with it. Keenan in the building. What's good with you, bro? Salute. What's good? Alright, main event, yo. Listen, this is a good ass fight. You know what I'm saying? I think everybody knew, they understood these two guys and their style. We knew what we was going to get. You know what I'm saying? Sergey Bogachev versus Virgil Ortiz. It was a good fight. The first round had some drama. Bogachev landed a right hand over the top to drop Ortiz. I thought that was a legit knockdown. They got it right. They went to the referee missed it. They went to the replay. They got it right. And Bogachev got his knockdown. But I like what both guys brought to the table. Bogachev was strong and steady, aggressive, landed some nice inside shots, you know what I'm saying? Long range shots too, the right hand, little sneaky uppercuts. Virgil showed me a different wrinkle though, like the way he was boxing. I ain't seen him ever do that. You know what I'm saying? Bouncing on the toes with a low guard, flicking the jab up and down. You know, he's a strong kid, man. And that fight was back and forth. Virgil was pushing Bohachuk back, which is something that ain't really never happened in his fights. He's a come forward, attacking, aggressive fighter. And it stretches. It seemed like when Ortiz got mad, he'll push him back and try to grind him down. But still, he was kind of open for a lot of inside shots from Bohachuk. Bohachuk was landing some sneaky shots in the inside, which I thought was underrated. Virgil's a dog. Virgil is a good fighter. I think this is the fight that everybody want to know if he can fight for real. And because he really fought a guy at this level, you know what I'm saying? And he got it. He got it. Because that wrinkle about him boxing, I ain't see that one. You know what I'm saying? I feel like he could because he got the pedigree and he got the athletic ability and shit like that, but he showed that. Man, this is a back and forth fight, yo. Back and forth. Bohachuk, he scored another knockdown. I thought that was legit. It was a left hook in the exchange. You know what I'm saying? It kind of caught Ortiz off balance. But what I love about the knockdown's cool, and it looked like Virgil was that hurt. But I like how he bounced back. He finished that round strong. You know what I'm saying? I'm not a big proponent of 10-9 rounds after you get knocked down. You know what I'm saying? I don't think this was the case. But I just love how he got up. And he was trying to beat the shit out of Bohachuk. You know what I'm saying? He took it to him. And I thought he won maybe the last couple of rounds. He finished strong. But I thought Bohachuk edged it out, y'all. I scored it 6 rounds apiece. And you add in the knockdowns, that's 14-12 for Bohachuk. I thought he did enough. But look, this ain't no robbery, bro. A robbery would have been like if anybody would have scored something like 117, 111, that's a robbery. You know what I'm saying? Either way, 118, 108, some crazy shit like that. The scores was, I'm going to put up the scores too. This is official scorecards. So they had a 113. That was 7 rounds to 5 to Ortiz. I can see that because he was in control in some of those fights, and I thought, you know what I'm saying, he did well down the stretch. And then they had a 114-112 for Ortiz for 2 cards. So it was a majority decision. You know, they agreed on every round except for 2. And then they all unanimously gave Ortiz 10 through 11 championship rounds. So that right there got him the victory. You feel me? If Bohachuk would have won one of those rounds, and one of those 3 rounds to close out the fight, he would have got the fight. You know what I'm saying? Or it would have been a draw. Well, it would have been a draw. But that was 7-5. So, I ain't mad at the scoring. You know what I'm saying? I thought it was a great fight. You know what I'm saying? You can put that in for Fight of the Year. You know what I'm saying? When you're doing your awards and shit. I think it was a great fight. And I think if they did it again, it'd be something like that again. I think both guys took a lot of punishment, though. That was a brutal fight for both guys. So yeah, Bohachuk can come again for sure. I would like to see the rematch, honestly. This fight deserves a rematch with the 2 knockdowns. That was some controversy there. But I thought it was clear to me. Ortiz, I liked how he was switching it up. You know what I'm saying? He'll come with the high guard and push him back. It was some point where he was just pushing him when Bohachuk was trying to get out the corner. He was just pushing him with his arm to make him stay right there. And I like he showed that skill set. And Virgil is a dog, bro. I like that shit. How when he got clipped with something, he'll come right back. You know what I'm saying? Some people they was using that shit as a breakdown about Crawford. When he get hit and then he come back, that gonna hurt him. Man, I like when guys come back, get their lick back. You're not supposed to come in the house, you get beat up. And I was like, Mama ain't letting you back in the house, you better get that lick back before you come in the house. So he got that dog mentality. Bohachuk too, man. Bohachuk tough. That dude tough. Oh, he got a wiry frame. He don't look like he's he might not be physically strong, but punching wise, I mean, you look at the difference. Look at Ortiz's face. And it wasn't a lot of holding and grabbing. That's why this fight is up there, because it wasn't a lot of holding and grabbing. It wasn't no rough stuff. Had a little controversy with the knockdowns. It was a back and forth fight. So yeah, it was a good one. Yeah, the 154 is crazy. 154 is crazy right now. You know what I'm saying? I can't even trip. He said salute. Those rounds. I feel those. Yeah, but I feel like you get dropped. They score a knockdown. That's 10-8. Ain't no. I mean, I just think it's 10-8 if you get knocked down. 112. Yeah, that's how I had it. I had like that too. 7-5 Ortiz. Okay, yeah, ain't mad that close. As long as nobody in here had that shit 118, D1 was good. As long as nobody had that shit like 118, some crazy shit. It should like honestly, those scorecards was perfect. Either way, I wouldn't have been mad. So that's what's up, man. I got a show coming up about 140 later on today. We're gonna break down all that shit. Not 140, 154. We got some shit to talk about 154. We're gonna break it down like nobody else can break some shit down. Alright, we're gonna move into some news and notes, man. I talked about 112 pounds, about the new champion in the IBF. Talked about him. Now this is the WBO champion, the new champion, Anthony Asakawa. He just won his title in Japan, July the 20th. He had that was on the undercard of Junto Nakatani, who defended his title, first round knockout. Him and Junto has the same coach, Rudy Hernandez, the brother of the what's his name? I forgot his name. Hernandez, the one who Gennaro Hernandez. So his coach is the brother of Gennaro Hernandez, who also trained him. That's the guy who Floyd won his first world title from back in the day. But yeah, this is a good fight though. You got Asakawa versus Jonathan Gonzalez. Gonzalez is a former world champion at 108 pounds. They had a purse bid. They canceled it. Both guys is with the same team, so they got a deal made. This is a solid fight. Bamba Gonzalez is a crafty boxer, been around for a minute. He's making his way back up to 112 pounds. He lost up there. He lost to Tanaka, and he went back. He went to 108, won the world title, had a couple of title defenses, couldn't make the weight no more, came back up to 112. Asakawa, he had an opportunity at the world title at 108 versus Kenshiro as a late replacement. Ironically enough, he was replacing Gonzalez because he pulled out of the unification fight with Kenshiro. So now these guys going to fight at 112. No fight day yet, but I'm guessing it's going to be on Kenshiro's undercard October the 18th. No, what? Hold on, let me get it right. October 18th in Japan, because he's going to fight for the vacant title. So it makes sense. He's going to fight for the vacant title at 112, and these guys are going to fight for the WBO title at 112, so the winners can fight. So that's what it is. We got some small guys. We got fight news about Albert Bell. So he's going to return October the 5th. You know what I'm saying? Number 1 in the WBO. He just came into the new WBA rankings out the blue, number 9. One of the guys you want to root for, like I mentioned before, guys like Kenneth Sims and Charles Conwell, Albert Bell in that group as well. He need to get his opportunity. Point blank and period. This dude, he did everything the Sanctioned Body told him to do, and he still ain't got his opportunity. So we'll see. No opponent yet for him. They still going through some names, but yeah, man, it's good to see anything about Prince Albert Bell. You know what I'm saying? One of the best fighters without a title right now. And he should get an opportunity like ASAP. Let me see. We got another fight news. Queensberry. Sam Noakes is back in the news. So he'll come back and make his title defense, European title defense, versus Segalia. So Sam Noakes, big puncher. 14-0, 13 knockouts. He went the distance his last fight versus Yvonne Mendy, who nobody knocks out. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's the Queensberry news. Eye of the Tiger got a fight date announcement September the 5th. A bunch of their fighters on the card. Mary Spencer is a notable name, right? So Mary Spencer is fighting for the WBA interim title. And as mentioned, Terry Harper is also the WBA champion, but she's moving back down to 135. Well, she's moving to 135 to fight for the title. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, but they got some solid names on this card though. The headliner, his name Albert. He got a crazy last name, but he fights at 140. You got the 175-pound contender, the Olympic gold medalist is on the card. So yeah, out of Tiger, we've been keeping those guys active. You know what I'm saying? And they working with Top Rank. So they've been showing a lot of their cards on ESPN Plus. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, tap in with that. Overtime announced their next card, August the 30th. Elijah Pierce versus San Martin. So this is a rescheduled fight because Elijah Pierce pulled out in June, so he's right back. He in a good position. He probably can get a world title with this thing. He got this keep winning. He might be close to a world title opportunity. They also gonna have the 154-pound tournament on this card. So yeah, that's good news right there. Don King is back. This is September the 28th, actually, not the 14th. So you got Noel McCallan. He's the WC Cruiserweight champion. He got his mandatory, Ryan Rosiski. Those guys are supposed to fight on ABs on the card. My man McCallan got an eye injury, and so they rescheduled it. So yeah, we'll see though, because Cruiserweight, listen, Cruiserweight has always been the stepchild division. You know what I'm saying? So it's like we got Jay Abataya, who is the man, right? So we just trying to get some unifications or some big fights. Chris Billon Smith is the WBO champion. Abataya is the IBF. The WBA, you got Zerto. Zerto should be coming back in the fall. He got a mandatory in Dorico. So yeah. I mean, this should be a good fight though, because McCallan is a boxer. Rosiski is a come forward pressure fighter. So it's one of those style matchups. Alright, some matchroom news. So Jack Catterall and Regis Prograis, their fight got postponed from August 24th, and they got a reschedule for October 28th. So that's what's up. That happened pretty quick. Same venue. So yeah, this is a big fight for both guys because Regis, he gotta win this fight. You know what I'm saying? His career might be basically over at the top level, coming off that bad performance against Devin Haney in December. He needs this victory for sure. Catterall, he needed it in a sense because it would put him into the mandatory situation, or with a great performance, he could create a mandate to get a world title shot, which he deserved though. Catterall deserves a world title shot. So we'll see though. It's a crossroads fight at a high level because they both need that shit. And they haven't announced the undercard yet, but we're gonna get to it. September 28th. So that's Dalton Smith versus John Fernandez. So the fighters that were supposed to fight on the August 24th card, the Catterall Prograis card, they're gonna slide to this card. You know what I'm saying? So a month later. You know what I'm saying? Dark sheet. Yeah, for sure. 140. Yeah, 140 is still crazy. This guy turnover at the top. You know what I'm saying? So the winner is definitely in position. So you got the world title fight with Rihanna Dixon versus Terry Harper. You know what I'm saying? I talked about that WBO title. Johnny Fisher is back. You know what I'm saying? Johnny Fisher had a first round knockout over Alan Babbage. That was too easy. That was July the 6th. So he right back. He got Rudenko. Rudenko is one of those guys, those journeyman guys that's supposed to give you rounds. So yeah, that's what's up though. We got these guys rescheduled right back on there. That's good. Alright, Top Rank got some news. So they dropped a nice little fight date. September 27th. That's a Friday night. Headlined by the ladies, Sandy Ryan versus Michaela Mayer. I love this fight right here. I mean, Sandy Ryan, she's a matchroom fighter. You know what I'm saying? She's taking the chance to go to enemy territory to face Michaela Mayer on Top Rank, ESPN. This is going to be a hell of a fight. They got some drama because Sandy is training with Summer she's training with Kay Koroma and Coach Flick, and those guys been with Michaela like basically all her career. So that's a little drama and shit. So, but it's a good fight though. Like their matchup, their style, it's a good fight. Sandy she's a strong, solid champion. You know what I'm saying? Good body punch. She got good skills. She can switch southpaw too. Michaela is a dog. We know what she brings to the table. Like the fight on the inside, can box. That's gonna be a good fight. That fight looked like a draw, and I don't like really picking draws, but that looked like one. Xander Zayas is back, so super welterweight, little French contender. He making his way up in the ranks, man. I like Xander Zayas. He been looking good recently too. He got Damian Sosa. Damian Sosa just scored a upset victory on Pro Box. He beat one of their prospects, Dominique Valle, I believe, not too long ago. You know what I'm saying? So Xander got a solid fight ahead of him. I think Xander can turn the corner and he can be a star in the sport. But yeah, he got a good fight though. You know what I'm saying? A good fight for him. Then you got Shushu Carrington is back versus Suleiman Sagawa. Sagawa coming off that upset victory over Roman Villa. Roman Villa beat him. What was that? That was in July. Beat him. He was a big underdog. He supposed to have been an opponent. You know what I'm saying? He's a crafty type of guy, man. This is a solid opponent because coming to the fight with Villa, Sagawa is like a opponent journeyman type of guy. Give you rounds, give you some good work, but you're supposed to beat him. So Shushu, what we think he is, which I think he is, he should beat him. You know what I'm saying? So Shushu is number 1 in the WBA. He's right there for a world title shot. I think they'll probably just give him this fight and maybe one more, and then he should be ready to knock on the door for a world title shot. So yeah, man, solid card though. They're gonna have some Dominicans on the card. Elvis Rodriguez is on this card. You know what I'm saying? You also have Polanco will be on this card, and then expect for some more, you know what I'm saying, Puerto Rican fighters or Dominican fighters. So yeah. Also, some more news with Top Rank. So they announced 2 fighters is going to be on the undercard of Munguia versus Bayanza, September the 20th. That's a Friday night. Richard Torres Jr. So he was supposed to fight last night. He had to pull out with an injury. So he's back, undefeated heavyweight prospect. And then you have Emilio Vargas. You know what I'm saying? I like the kid. El General. Yo, he's solid too. He moved up to 140. This will be his 3rd fight at 140. So yeah, you got these guys on the card, keeping them active. Vargas, it seems like he fight like every week, every other month type shit. So yeah, keep him active. I think after this year, because he getting adjusted to 140, I say after this year, bro, it's trying to move him up, bro. Like both of these guys should be ready to fight 10 rounders, man. That's what I see. What's the biggest fight for Caroline DeBar in her division? Probably the one in between Rihanna Dixon and Terry Harper. I think so. Maybe Beatrice Fiera, but I mean, you said big fight. That might be the toughest fight. The biggest fight, I'm thinking about money and crowd-wise, the winner of that. Or, well, shit, Kay Taylor is technically still in the division because she got the 2 belts. So, well, she got one. Well, no, she got 2 belts still. So, Taylor Kayla is the biggest. Then, realistically, is Rihanna Dixon Harper winner. The toughest is Fiera, who's coming off the Olympics. All right, last ones. Well, we got PBC news. So, they announced Canelo versus Berlanga September 14th in Vegas, T-Mobile. They announced the undercard. They had the 2-city tour. I ain't really take too much from that shit, bro. Because I just want to see how Berlanga gonna look in the ring. Like, all that other shit is just talk. It is what it is. We know what Canelo brings to the table. And we know what Berlanga got to bring to the table. You know what I'm saying? I like that he's a solid puncher and stuff like that. He a big, strong guy at 168. You got to take it to Canelo. If that's what you say you're going to do, take it to him. Canelo going to ease his way into the fight, land his shots, You know, I mean, the way his fights been going lately, he gonna score a knockdown and just cruise to a decision victory. We'll see if you're gonna come to try to win. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, but I think the best thing about the two press conferences is Canelo personality opening up to a lot of fans and stuff, American fans at that. You know what I'm saying? So that's cool. They announced the undercard, which you guys can kind of, if you want to judge and critique it, is up to you guys. But Rolly is on the card versus Jaime. You know, so they're giving Rolly a tune-up fight. That's what it looked like. That's what it looked like. You know what I'm saying? They love Rolly, bro. So he can crack a pay-per-view card, which he probably should be like on the prelims or something. But it is what it is. So Rolly is back, coming off a knockout loss to Pitbull. He should honestly, Rolly should be on a 3-fight losing streak, ain't it? Yeah, Tank, Barasu, and this guy in his last fight, Pitbull. So we'll see. They trying to build him back. It's good they didn't throw him away though, but you know, it is what it is. Caleb Plant versus Trevor McCombie. So Caleb Plant is like one of the favorites. You know what I'm saying? All the boxing fans, because the way he carries himself in and out the ring. They fight for the interim WBA title, super middleweight title. So get them guys closer to a world title shot. It's be a good fight because McCombie is one of those guys, kind of like a workhorse, like a blue collar type of fighter. You know what I'm saying? He like to get in your chest and bang to the body. Got solid skills too. Not better than Caleb Plants, but he can box a little bit. And Caleb is the boxer. He's a left hand dominant fighter. I want to see Caleb get that right hand going. Because with the jab and hooking off the jab, like he do that better than anybody with the left hand. Like he can win fights with just his left hand. That's how good he is. I like to see him put that right hand behind it for sure. But that should be that's a solid fight though, because McCombie, he undefeated. He ain't coming to lay down. And Caleb Plant, you know, we always gotta question guys. He coming off a loss, but I mean he was doing real good against Benavidez. It's the ring rust, but Caleb Plant is professional. You know, that shit ain't gonna really get to. I don't think it gets to him. You know what I'm saying? Mentally strong fighter like him. Erislandy Lara versus Danny. This fight been in the work for the longest. Danny Garcia is for the WBA middleweight title. They've been working on this fight close to about 2 years now. Lara, 41 years old. He a sniper right now. He ain't moving like he used to, like back in his day. He's sitting right there and he's sniping with the left hand. You know what I'm saying? Still got the skills, still got the reflexes. His legs might be gone because he ain't moving like that. But I think if he need his legs, he can use them. But he's a big puncher at 160. If you follow his career, since he moved up to 60 from 54, Lara been cracking. Now, I know originally this fight supposed to be like in a catch weight, 155. So I don't know if they adjusted that or they're just going to go the full 160 limit. You know what I'm saying? Danny, that's another one coming off a long layoff, about 2 years. Yeah. When you're coming off that long layoff and you really not into the sport like that, you know what I'm saying? We're going to hear post-fight, man. I was rusty. We're going to hear that. You know what I'm saying? So I like Danny, though. I'm rocking with Danny, but I think Lara, even though Lara don't have a lot of, he ain't really active like that. He did fight this year, had a second round knockout, easy money. But I think Danny is like technically, and the way the styles, I think he can take away that left hand. You know what I'm saying? And he showed he got a good chin. I ain't never really seen Danny hurt. I don't think he ever been dropped. So when people say he gonna stop Danny, you gotta show me. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see. You know what I'm saying? That's a PBC looking out for the old heads. You know what I'm saying? The PBC gonna always look out for the guys that been with them forever. They gonna always give them a spot. You know what I'm saying? If they want to fight. And then of course the main event, prelims, Fulton versus Castro. This is a good fight. Coming back, Fulton coming off the loss to Anyway, moving up to 126. My bus trying to put the dude in the middleweight division. But coming up to 126, which he probably wanted to go there for a long time. Good fight with Castro. They got common opponents with Figueroa, Brandon Figueroa. Figueroa stopped Castro, and then Fulton beat Figueroa in a tough fight at 122. This is a good one though. Castro is a taller guy. They're about the same height. He maybe have an inch or two over Fulton. Solid guy, good puncher. There's a lot of questions about Fulton. We gotta see if he's back to where he was at as champion before anyway. Then he should win this fight. But we have to see. These guys been on the ring for a long time, coming off a knockout loss and like that. And it's not just a knockout loss. He didn't really win no rounds in that fight. So it was like the mental stuff. And so we'll see. Hopefully everything is good with him and get him back active because he one of the favorites as well. All right, so that's that Canelo card, and then the IBF ordered Mutazaliev versus Tim Tszyu. So the whole drama behind this and the backstory. Tim Tszyu, like maybe three weeks ago, he said he coming back September 21st, and he was supposed to fight Lubin. They're supposed to order a final eliminator. The deadline passed. Lubin pulled out. He cited injury, said he won't be ready. So the IBF, they ordered Tim Tszyu. Because Lubin is higher ranked than Tim Tszyu in the IBF. So they leapfrogged Lubin, and they made this fight right here they ordered this fight for the IBF title. Now that's kind of crazy because I don't see how Tim Tszyu can dictate. Like if you're in negotiations to fight an eliminator, you're supposed to go through the process. 30 days negotiations. Then if you don't make a deal, then you go to a purse bid. That's another sometimes it can be a week, sometimes it can be 14 days. They didn't even go through the process. This dude already had a date. He already had a date already in Australia. He didn't have a venue, but he had a date already. So how you dictating the terms of a fight and you guys ain't really negotiating? I don't know. That shit always struck me as crazy. But Lubin turned down the fight. Look like he turned down the shit again. I know he turned down Jesus Ramos for Cinco de Mayo for the rematch. But he turned down the Tszyu fight. He said he didn't, but this time he did. You know what I'm saying? He alerted the IBF. So we'll see what's up with him. But Tszyu versus Mutazaliev, they're in negotiations. You know what I'm saying? We'll see I don't know if they're gonna keep that September 21st date. Maybe they're gonna have to pay Mutazaliev. From what I understood, he want to fight in America. But we'll see. You know what I'm saying? They're in negotiations for real though. They got that 30 days. That's what I'm saying. They doing the 30 days negotiations and their deadline is September the 5th. So that's like 15 days if they make a deal or don't make a deal. So I can see this fight getting pushed back, or if they keep the fight date. You know what I'm saying? We'll see. Because I don't know if Mutazaliev been training. You know what I'm saying? I know Tim Tszyu been in training camp, and maybe he don't want to waste a training camp because he's been out here in Vegas for almost a month. So we'll see. And they put up this graphic right here. You know what I'm saying? Because they're supposed to pick a couple of venues in Australia, but then they threw in Vegas. So that tells me like shit. Maybe they can make Mutazaliev in Vegas. I know. So what's supposed to happen September 21st is supposed to be on Amazon Prime. You know what I'm saying? Not pay-per-view. And Tim Tszyu was supposed to, kick that off for the first non-pay-per-view card on Amazon Prime. So maybe they push it back to like October. And maybe that'll work. Maybe push it back like 2 or 3 weeks. You know what I'm saying? Do an Amazon Prime show in Vegas or however. I don't think Tim Tszyu really cares. He just want to fight. So yeah, that's what it is. That's the news right there. What's good with you, bro? Salute to you. Appreciate you coming through, Thomas Hill. So yeah, man, we had a solid fight week. It wasn't a lot of fights. It wasn't a lot of cards like before. I think it's due to the Olympics, but we had some good action, man. Angelo Leo. So the two top stories of the weekend: Angelo Leo becomes 2 division world champion, by stopping Luis Alberto Lopez, left hook, one punch knockout. That was crazy. And then Virgil Ortiz, you know what I'm saying, gets a close majority. Man, that's the closest you can get right there. That was just 1 point. You know what I'm saying? Close majority decision over Sergey Bohachuk, becomes the WBC interim champion at 154. And you know 154 is a hot division for sure. It's so hot that I'm going to go do a whole live on that shit later on. So y'all make sure y'all tap in. We're going to break down the whole division. We're going to try to do it like nobody else had ever done it before. You know what I'm saying? We're going to talk about the champions, the interim champions, the new people coming to the division. We're going to talk about the dark horses. We're going to break it all the way down. So if you guys interested, talk about 154, come back. I got the notification already set. Feel free to tap in with it. Set your notifications. Come back. We're going to talk about that shit, bro, because this division is crazy. And I was waiting for this result. I had this idea about doing 154 for the longest time because the division is so crazy right now. Come on, W. Almost picked Rayo, and Leo even told us they was going to win. No, I'm saying I that's my breakdown. See, my breakdowns be on point. You know what I'm saying? But I just sometimes I make picks off of like political shit. You know what I'm saying? But hey, my breakdowns be on point. I told you, Rayo's gonna box the shit out of Pitbull. You know, if he stayed disciplined, how I said, if he stayed disciplined throughout the course of the fight, he gonna win. He gonna beat Pitbull. Pitbull is one dimensional and he's short. I watched that Cuban that's fighting 168. He might be better than Morrell. I think Morrell better than him, but he is good though. They both like similar. They both nice. I think Morrell got him. But he's good though. He fight next week, and yo, this crazy. He fighting Sina Abeku, who just fought David Morrell, and that's basically like fighting the same guy. This Iglesias guy ain't playing around, so I hope he fixed something in his game plan, because he basically fighting David Morrell all over again. But this kid right here, he oh shit, that last knockout was crazy. Looking forward to that. But yeah, man, I'll be back later on this evening, talk about that 154 division for sure. Tomorrow we're gonna talk about the fight week. Not a big fight week, but we got two. It's really one main card, but we got a card in the UK we're gonna talk about. But the Christian and Billy Derevyanchenko card, we're gonna break that down too. So yeah, man. So everybody coming through the building for sure. If you haven't hit the like button, feel free to do that. Subscribe if you haven't. Like I said, you can tap in on social media, Twitter, Instagram, scrolling across the bottom, and of course the website. Appreciate you guys' time, and I'm out.